Do you want to hear the story of the woman who invented the Stoma bag and find out why it is exactly like the plot of Disney's Frozen? Of course you do. Strap in, we're going to go into it. So let me take you to Denmark in 1954, and we're going to meet a lady called Elise Sorensen, who was a nurse specialising in home care. And Elise's sister Thora had recently had an ostomy operation, or a stoma operation. So she, like me, had had colorectal cancer, which had led to the formation of a stoma. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's where you have a part of your bowel removed and the end of it is left poking out the front. Some people that have stomas do give them names. Mine is called Julian McKeith, but that's a side point. We need to get back to Elise and Thora. Now, in the 1950s and earlier, there was actually no such thing as stoma bags. You know, in 2026, these things are mass produced. You can get them on prescription in the UK and delivered to your door. Back then, no such thing. So you had to make do with collecting your poo with plastic bags, literally, like, people were holding it in with belts that they already had around the houses. And there was even stories that I read about, like, people would get gauze or just towels and like pad it onto their stoma. It was all very Blue Peter. It must have been so stressful. Anyway, when Thora Sorensen had her stoma operation, she pretty much immediately became a recluse because she didn't want to go outside for fear that the bag would leak or that the people could smell it, basically. So we have two sisters, one who's too afraid to leave her home because of a transformation that she has undergone in her own body, and one sister who just wants to help. Because this is where we get to the hero of the story, because Elise Sorensen, who already had experience dealing with medical appliances, she set about designing and successfully came up with the first stoma bag. And she didn't do it for glory or to go into the history books or because she wanted to make money off of Big Pharma. She literally just did this for her love of her sister. So Elise's bag was made out of leak-proof plastic, and it had an adhesive ring on the base of it. And that's actually like the blueprint of the bags that we have today. So this is the one that I use. Nothing's coming out of here, like where the plastic is underneath. And then, yeah, this is like the base plate. So there's like sticky under here that you would attach to your body really securely. That's right. One sister was saved by the other sister and was able to return to the outside world. I mean, as far as I know, they never broke out into song or made friends with a talking snowman. But we are talking about Denmark, so it was another cold country. They may well have had their own Olaf. I'm just going to say that they did. And here's an idea. If there's anyone out there who's just got their stoma or about to have a stoma, Olaf's a great name for one.